easy care succulents that I have here in my basement that I've been growing for a couple years. I want to tell you about them because there's going to be some succulents that don't do as well indoors. They get leggy. And I'm going to go over the ones today that don't seem to have that problem under artificial lights or good lighting. They do tremendously well. And I just want to kind of share those varieties with you today. Okay? Because when you're going out looking for succulents, a lot of, if you're in a cold zone where you got to bring your succulents in, you're going to want ones that can withstand and do well indoors. I have found, just growing them a few years, that some tend to get pretty leggy and they just don't do as well. They just grow too fast. But these ones in front of you here is a good collection of a few of them here that I have that really, really do well. And I'm going to get a close-up here for you so you can see these a little bit better and just kind of run down what they are. And I will have the botanical names and everything on this video. So as you know, succulents need to have a good, fast-draining soil to really, really thrive and grow well. They do not want to stay wet for long periods of time. You want to keep them dry. You want to water them, or how should I say that? You want to water them well and then let them dry in between waterings. Okay, that's how I do it. I've been getting by with that. Once in a while I have a problem with one or two, but I have so many that that doesn't bother me so much because I'm making propagating off of them and making new ones, so I always have some other ones to fall back on. So let's get a close up here. I'm going to put you in a little closer and I'm going to give you a view of the succulents I believe are the easiest ones to grow indoors. Indoors now. Outdoors is totally different. Indoors, if you want to use them as a house plant, or if you have to bring them in the fall because of cold weather. So let's get started. I'll bring you in a little closer. So if you're thinking about getting into growing succulents, I'm going to run down the ones that are easiest, I feel, to take care of. Okay, and I'm just going to have the common name on all these. If you're wanting to know the botanical name, I'll have that on this video too. But the first one's in front of you here. This is a very unique. It's called bear paws. Okay, very, very unique, little pointy like paws. This is a fleshy leaf that is holding water right now. I mean, the water is stored in there and it's kind of fuzzy, but very, very easy to take care of. The next one is the zebra plant. I love this plant. It's a little slower growing. You can see the zebra stripes. And as you can see down here, there's a little new one coming right there that I'll be able to take off and grow, which I don't mind. Some of these slower growing ones are nice because they don't get leggy and out of hand. Next one that I really think is a beautiful, beautiful plant is the olive partridge breast. This is, just look at that. That is just attractive. And these do produce offsets too. But they're a little slower growing, and I love that about them. And look how thick the leaves are. Just look at that, where they store their water. The next plant, as you can see, if I can get you a close up, this is called several things online. It can be, it's been called a mother of 1,000s, because look at all the baby. There's several little plants, all these little sections, plants, leaflets on the edges, produce a big plant just like this. This is a very easy growing succulent. The next one is another olive. It's in the olive family. This one produces a lot of offsets readily, and I like it because of that. Always producing, and it is very, I love the coloring. Anything that's got a little coloring on them is very attractive. This one here looks like a pine tree, doesn't it? It's called Princess Pine. And I grew these, I started these in the spring, and they're really big. I'm going to have to be growing these and dividing them come, this next year to put out in the greenhouse again. But these are just really, really easy to take care of and easy to propagate. The next one is the variegated sedum. This one tends to grow a little larger and not quite as full indoors, but that's okay. It does have a tendency to trail. If you get it outside in a better lighting, it does stay a little more compact, but I still love it. I love the variegation on it. And then here's another sedum. We got the Ogon sedum. This one's got like a green tint to it right now, but when I put this in the greenhouse, it'll be completely yellow with high light. It's a trailing sedum, easy to take care of. Here's the leopard lilies. Not sure they are a succulent, but when I purchased this, they said it was a succulent. But so I'm just going to add them to it. These are easy to grow. They grow by bulblets and they multiply. Here we got the variegated jade. You've seen the solid green jade plant that can get fairly big. This is the variegated jade. It's also called a few other things, and I'll put that on the video. But this is a really nice, if you're looking for something a little different with some color, this is a nice jade plant to add to your collection. If this one, I really love this one. This one's a jade also. They also call it ET fingers. If you see they look like little suction cups. People have also said they look like coral reefs, but very easy to take care of, easy to propagate. All you got to do is pull them apart, pull the sections apart, and start your new plants. But I really, really like this one. This one's fantastic. And the last one is I got a baby agave. I'm going to be putting some videos out with my larger agaves. These guys get 3 foot by 3 foot. Not really meant for our cold area, but they seem to do okay indoors. They also produce offsets, and you have lots of different plants all the time. As they grow, they got stiff, narrow, not so much narrow, but they got yellow on the edges of their leaves. As they grow, they just get more prettier all the time. This is one I really, really like. As you can see, that's some of the succulents that I believe are easiest for the grower that is looking to get started with succulents. These are just fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my other videos, and if you got any questions, put them below this video, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.